your friends behind. Cause your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine.
So, Prototype, I have a bone to pick with you. All the fact that I was really rather looking forward to enjoying your many supposedly badass features. A Just Cause style grappling hook that not only transports you around but can also happily separate people from the rest of themselves with the ease of slicing through butter. And is not just attached to your fist, but in fact is your fist. The game looks amazing on paper, but in real life it's just a shambling ugly mess with just enough endearing features to be called fun. Maybe, if you really wanted to. Firstly, the good. The game has the best, most fluid, most downright fun combat systems ever made, with each action flowing seamlessly into the next. Alex Mercer, who last I checked was a side character from Pirates of the Caribbean, could almost be mistaken for a ballet dancer, that is until he joyfully removes somebody's innards from their body, possibly for the sake of their feng shui. Combat is never a chore in this game, and it does have some good ideas to spice it up. If there's a tank coming towards you and doesn't quite seem like it wants to make friends with you, you can just jam your fist underground and watch it pop up right underneath it, and happily dispel any animosity into around 30 different chunks of shrapnel. The game also makes enemy soldiers rather soft and squidgy, allowing for them to be eviscerated rather simply. It keeps it a challenge by sending swarms of its finest men to be separated from their limbs. The other thing I can commend is the movement system, which makes charging from one end of the city to the other very quick and clean, and this is a saving grace in a game that's tremendously ugly. Now, quick pre-rant, I'm not a big stickler for graphics. I kinda like it when they're nice, who doesn't? I once saw someone playing Crysis on a high-end computer and made a quiet, high-pitched squeaking noise. But seeing as I can replay games like Perfect Dark, Deus Ex and Half-Life 1 without treating them as inferior to today's AAA titles, I like to think this is a perfectly reasonable way to judge this game. However, I do have to say that this game has graphics that are fucking bad, bland, purple, tri-mauve, oh bollocks. It's a game that wouldn't look out of place as an original Xbox title, but it's not that annoys me so much, it's the aesthetic. Unlike Mirror's Edge, a game that went with a red and white colour scheme, Prototype seems to have been designed by the same guy who designed the hotel rooms for a Premier Inn, and thus is the most garish shade of purple imaginable. Everything is purple. The buildings are purple, the sky is purple, and even the character models have a particular propensity to wear the ugliest shade of purple they can possibly choose. And it's not just that, but the fact that it looks dead lazy. I have no doubt that designing a game is shit difficult, and designing a sandbox game is even more so that's why I say it must have taken particular effort to make something so professional look so damn slapdash. Every surface looks like somebody's used a wallpaper feature on Microsoft Paint and clicked along to the drum solo from YYZ by rushing dispersing the lowest resolution windows they could possibly get away with, and then gone, yep, that looks fine to me, copy and paste until his fingers bled. Every single building has about 20 different counterparts, and it's not like it was that original to begin with, being either a faux older in design, with the aforementioned microscopic resolution bay windows, or a 70s-esque slum office block made out of solid glass that reflects nothing and looks even worse than their real-life alternatives, and that's going some. Remember Assassin's Creed 2? Remember how beautiful the Renaissance architecture was and how much fun it was to climb up the buildings just to explore the luscious goodness of the view? Remember the fact that there was set place in the game designed only for gazing around the landscapes? Well, forget that, because although Prototype seems to have stolen everything else from Assassin's Creed, player mod, the parkour, and even a little icon to show who you're playing, it seems to have forgotten to nick the lovely houses and the bright and pretty aesthetic in favour of accurately portraying the poor areas of Birmingham in the 1960s through those glasses that John Lennon looked like a dick for wearing. The game's storyline is pretty subpar, your standard government super soldier experiment gone wrong and falling into an innocent man's hands as life is changed forever, and something, and stuff. Anyone for a game of fear? It's a pretty boring thriller with, wait, you guessed it, a conspiracy that leads up to the general mutating himself into the big bad of the show. The background is, however, the government decides the genetic mutation to be a highly contagious virus. Why? Why is that good? Just waiting to get into the grasp of terrorists who can't come over to your establishment, turn your arm into gel, and generally slap your shit up. And you, Alex Mercer, now have the ability to turn your hands into claws and ingest people's souls, bodies, and memories for what can only be described as the lulz. This, however, leads to two interesting possibilities. One, you explore the storyline further by cannibalising those web of intrigue people whose memories contain separate bits of the storyline, which is actually a really great way of explaining things in a way that's both new and fun. The other possibility is, however, to go in and consume an elderly Chinese lady, jump off a building and land on yourself, since the game design is really big on sharing, thus made about 5 different character models in a city of well over 100,000. But it's moments like this that I've really enjoyed in this game. The point of a sandbox is to have fun, and the most fun is had by doing stuff that the game designers hadn't thought of. The most fun moments of Just Cause 2 were grappling rickshaws to passenger jets and watching them fly off into the sunset, or climbing aboard a helicopter, attaching it to a jet, and making the plane do a textbook landing without anybody flying it. And that's because the designers gave you the equipment to fuck around with, and a big map to fuck around in. The worst parts of the game were the menu screens with a little sign saying, why not grapple somebody's armpit to another person's face and watch the hilarious animation we put in place? No, because it's my own game, and fuck off, that's why. Because it felt like your own creativity was being stolen. With this game, there's very little in the way of creativity. Everything seems scripted, and when you're not supposed to do something, this plane won't let you. The shining moment of this was when I grabbed a woman by the throat, ran up the side of a building, jumped off 200 stories, and used her to break my fall at the end. And yet she was still wriggling around with the same 2-second animation clip trying to escape. It would have taken just a little more effort to make her seem fazed at all by the situation, but it felt like the game was saying, okay, now you've had your fun, would you kindly either eat her soul or throw in the way of that incoming helicopter? Some of us have stuff to do and places to be, don't you know? Even the awesome sounding features like the whip fist and the massive claws get repetitive, as the game doesn't quite realise that karate kicking a helicopter is fun around 5 times, but by the 13th it becomes routine. So to summarise, the game is deeply flawed, annoying and tedious at times. It always kept my interest long enough for me not to hate it. The missions are just varied enough for you not to want to stab the screen, but not enough to be actually remarkable. The movement engine's good, but requires very little skill and doesn't have the ability to actually fly, but crowd around sloppily like a chicken with a door handle for the brain. And the fighting's well designed, but it does get awfully repetitive and often descends into routine. The graphics are, well, see above. In the end, it was a half-decent idea, but poorly executed, like if Blade Runner had been written by Michael Bay and had Eddie Murphy play all the characters.